Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. I'm Brian Anderson, and joining me at the table, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. We've also got Allie and a look at the starters for Charlotte. Knipple out there with Jaden McDaniels. Then it's Herb Jones. Then there's Jalen Duren. And it's Price in at the point guard position. And for the Celtics, Tatum at the 4 with Queta in at the 5. White and Brown team up as the backcourt. And it's Oubre in at the small forward. And so much to take in during the start of the season, Richard. It's hard to not overreact at times.
You got to remember that everything is going to get blown out of proportion in the first week. Give it some time, let it breathe before everyone jumps to conclusions.
Here's Price. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And he makes the first. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Outside Tatum. Back to White. Nice ball movement by Boston. They set the pick. Right side Tatum. Over McDaniels. Offensive rebound. Here's Price. McDaniels, a screen on White. Here he goes. And that one is hammered home.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Outside Oubre. Pass to Tatum. Fires for 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Here's Price. Driving inside. McDaniels, a screen on White. Clock at 6. From downtown, Queta pulls it in. The Celtics on offense. 4-point game. Here's Brown. The shot no good. Good D by Duren. Here's Price. Pass to Knipple. Takes the 3. And he buries his first look.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Outside Oubre. They double-team Tatum. Back to Oubre. White for 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Duren's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. McDaniels from long range. The Celtics have gone 0 for 4, missing their first 4 attempts. Well, Richard, some stars are the system, but Jason Tatum is often admired as a selfless system player.
Yeah, Jason enjoys being a piece of the greater puzzle. He doesn't have to have everything run through him, and I know that makes his teammates happy. Every time Tatum finds his shot, he'll take it. He loves to fill it up from range.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. On the take, here's Price. To the inside. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Celtics trail by 4. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Spins. Brown against Jones. And there's the screen. Down low. White. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Love to see Brown facilitate out of a pick and roll, and I'm sure his coach feels the same way.
Duren, the pass to Price. 11 feet out. Boston pulls it in. Outside, Brown. Pass to Tatum. And here's Oubre. Let's go with a 3. Duren with a rebound. Duren's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Price. On the wing, Jones. Here's Price. Charlotte needs to get off a shot. Charlotte, no good that time either.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
To the middle. The kick out to White. Releases. And they're unable to get the tying bucket there.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Here's Price. They set the pick. Pass to Knipple. Here's Price. He's guarded by White. Price can't get it to go.
Even though it wasn't a clear path, he knows. If that's a shot he should make more often times than not.
Boston shooting their first free throw of the night here.
One shot, Derek White.
That's good from White. A new lineup here for Charlotte. For Boston, they've gone only 2 of 6 from the field. With some arc, tipped. They get it back. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. They trail by 1. To end the drought. And he takes it up and lays it in.
When White gets going at full speed, it is tricky to get in front of this man.
Now Brown. No points so far. Here's Cada. And he bangs it home with one hand.
I guess you don't need 2 hands when one will suffice.
Hey, as long as you don't lose control. White against White. Right side White. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. White's gotten his second bucket.
I love the concentration there by White. He got bumped, and it did not faze him.
Tatum with it. Outside White. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. White's got 6.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Porter from outside. Cada pulls it in. Kid has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Oubre passes to Tatum. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. 5 points in the game.
You like the way Tatum can sliver around to get his shot.
Here's White. Pass to Ware. Outside Kamara. Nice D from Tatum.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights that bucket is automatic.
They double team Tatum. Inside, Tatum. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here. Hanging up there like that. Outside for Porter. Pass to Spencer. Ware in the post. He's against Oubre. White on the wing.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Here's Spencer. He's guarded by White. Looking to win the run. Spencer, no good. Boston leading by 6. Right side Tatum to the paint. Here's White. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. 1:41 left in the first. Pritchard against White. Pass to Ware. The kick out to White. Ware the screen. White can't hit. Boston's gone 2 of 5 from deep. Here's Larabia, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Celtics lead by 10.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
White looking it over. Over to the wing. Pass to Ware. An easy 2 on the layup.
Pounding it in. Side early and often, setting a physical tone.
Pritchard, the pass to Johnson. We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pritchard from outside. The rebound by Ware.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
To the inside. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
You can count on White to make clever passes and operate the offense.
Johnson finds Smith. Johnson inside. That shot off the mark. Derek White getting it done for Boston. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be right back after. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Celtics?
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
Man, they're just having their way, bullying the other team in the painted area, imposing their will down there whenever they want.
Jaylen Brown is out there with Peyton Pritchard. Then it's Keldon Johnson. Then it's Smith. And it's Jones in at the 4-man position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Spencer, defended by Brown. Kamara, that's good. Kamara's gotten his first bucket of the night.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Pritchard against White. Here's Brown. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. It's off to L.A. after this game, where they'll face the Clippers. That'll be the 3rd stop of this 4-game trip. Inside, here's Spencer. Lays it up and banks it in. Spencer's got his first 2 points.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Jones with a screen on White. Pass to Johnson. 3-pointer. buries it from 3. And the Celtics lead by 5.
Nice shooting reflexes on display from Johnson. He's got such a quick release. It is off as soon as he touches it.
Here's Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
Hartenstein with a screen on Smith. It's tipped. Pass to Porter. Johnson with it. Now Porter defending. Johnson inside. Porter's there. Three-pointer, Pritchard. That one is off. Hornets trail by 5. Outside White. Pass to Spencer. And out of bounds. Boston will have it.
Horrible mistake right there. You hate to see unforced turnovers like that.
Jason Tatum. He's checked in for Boston. Boston leading by 5. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey guys, Jason Tatum keeping the main thing the main thing. He said there are players that get caught up in the lifestyle and they choose that over the game. The money is a plus, yes, but I truly love the game because I love basketball, not for the things that come with it. You guys got to.
You love to hear it. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Charlotte making some changes. Jaden McDaniels comes in for Kamara, and it's Thomas in for Spencer. Here's Tatum. No good. A bit long that time. Hornets trail by 5. You know, Grant, for all his competitive nature, Tatum has a pretty calm demeanor. You appreciate that?
Yes, indeed. As a team leader, a father, a role model, and a professional, you can't ask for much better than Jason Tatum. He is the real deal.
Clock at 2. Here's McDaniels. Again, the miss by the Hornets.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
And he comes up with a bucket.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played. Thomas passes to Porter. Over Johnson, down low. Porter finds White. They still need this. And Thomas gets it to go on the assist by Porter.
And they're in a... better flow this quarter offensively, and their shooting percentage is steadily rising as a result.
Pritchard, the pass to Johnson. Back to Pritchard. Jacks up a 3. McDaniels with the rebound. Hornets trail by 5. Now here's White. McDaniels, a screen on Pritchard. Here's White. Boston with a rebound. Tatum's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Brown. And he goes big with the dunk. Right over Isaiah Hartenstein.
Showing off his pure athleticism. Brown with a memorable finish.
And Boston with some changes. Cadis checked in for Jones. Oubre comes in for Johnson. And Derek White subbed in for Pritchard. Pritchard, looking at your career, 17 years in the league. How'd you survive the grind of a regular season that many years?
Well, 1, you got to take care of your body, and 2, evolution is the key to success. I was a different player when I was year 3 than I was at year 15. You have to continue to evolve.
Pass to Oubre, launches it, sinks it from distance. Oubre's got his first 3 points of the game.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And Charles Lee wants a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And here's Charlotte now. McDaniels, a screen on White. Here's Price. McDaniels, a screen on White. Here's Price. He's guarded by White. Shot clock at 2. McDaniels can't hit.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Pass to Brown. Beyond the arc. And again, Boston with the triple.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Here's Price. He's guarded by White. Price can't get it to go. And it's Tatum with the ball for the Celtics. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game. After this game, they can look forward to Detroit, where they will match up against the Pistons. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. Here's Price. And there's a pick. Pass to McDaniels. Boston pulls it in. Tatum's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's White. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Tatum's got assist number 5 here tonight.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Here's Price. To the middle. Shot to stop the run. Knipple with a bucket. Knipple's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
And Boston calls time here. Richards checked in for Jaylen Brown. Charlotte also making some changes. Diabate comes in for McDaniels. And it's Thomas in for Jones. Pass to White. Outside Tatum. Outside Pritchard. There's the triple. And the 3-pointer goes. Richards got 5 points in the quarter.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
White against Thomas. 5 on the clock. Pass to Price. Lets a three fly. That's no good. He's 0 for 4. Celtics lead by 14. Here's Tatum.
Oh, my gracious.
Just incredible.
That is a monster finish. A big guy with handles. Tatum ain't built like the rest. He's just built differently.
Here's Price. Defended by Pritchard. Price can't get it to go.
I'm not sure if he lost focus or what, but that was trash.
Here's Tatum. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. 1.5 minutes left in the first half. Here's Price. Going inside. And here's Knipple from the arc. Knocks it down from distance. Knipple's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
White against Thomas. Outside White. Puts up a 3. Not going to go that time. Hornets trail by 13. 44 seconds left in the second quarter. To the right side. Here's Price. Off the mark there with a 3.
He's just basically a body out there right now, nothing else. The team is struggling, and he hasn't been able to help them out at all.
Ooh, that's a tough spot to be in as a defender. With that height disadvantage, it's very hard to protect the rim.
Here's Price. Defended by Pritchard. Pass to Duran. Some nice passing by Charlotte here. Here's Thomas. Second shot opportunity. No good on the layup. And so it's Boston liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. They've been fantastic pushing the ball. Fast break points a key to this lead. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us?
Before you take a look at the Hornets, right now a lot of teams are still figuring things out, shuffling rotations, and players are trying to get their timing done.
And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Boston Celtics. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. How about Derek White really making a difference here?
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
On the floor for Charlotte. Toumani Camara out there with Knipple. Then it's Duran. Then it's Cam Thomas. And it's Price in at the point guard. Here's Price. He's guarded by White. Price, the pass to Thomas. Now Duran. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Duran's got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, you just love to start the second half this way. What a play call.
I agree with this. Try to jump on him, dictate the tempo, and seize the moment.
Back to Oubre. This one for 3. Duran with a rebound. Hornets trail by 15. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Thomas. It's good from about 19 feet. Thomas has gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
Decisive reaction on the catch and shoot. Thomas always plays like he's got something to prove.
Tatum finds Brown. Outside Tatum. The 3 is up. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Here's Price. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Pass to Kamara. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Here's Brown. It's tipped. They recover it and count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
Personal foul.
And the free throw, no good. Hornets trail by 13. Here's Price. Pass to Knipple for three. Good work defensively by White.
Their first miss since the break. Still, I like how they've come out so far.
And finished off by Tatum.
Tatum reminding the defense, like, yo, you cannot stop him.
Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, B.A., he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper. Has a great up fake and can stop on a dime. Usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
And timeout called by Charles Lee. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. A big group substitution here for Charlotte.
Substitution on the court.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. McDaniels a screen. Down low. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Outside, Brown. Outside, Oubre. Just 5 to shoot. There's Tatum with the three. Here's Tatum. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
That guy is perfect from the field, making major contributions to this lead.
Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Price, the pass to McDaniels. To the left wing. McDaniels a screen. To the inside. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. McDaniels got 4 points now in the quarter. And Boston calls time here.
Boston, let's get one for Celtics Entertainment. Make some noise.
Porter against Tatum. To the paint. There's the steal. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks a lot, Brian. The Celtics understand that they'll be tested. Jaylen Brown said growth is a journey with ups and downs. You have to stay with it. You can't complain. Don't let it break your spirit. We've just got to keep building the right habits, keep being versatile, and keep learning from these experiences. Back to you, BA.
Always looking to get better. Thank you, Allie. McDaniels can't hit. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. 17 points was their biggest margin. Again, the miss by Boston.
And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
Porter with a screen on White. Left side, McDaniels. Here's the three. Connects from downtown. McDaniels got 7 points here in the quarter.
Shut out from... Beyond the arc in the first period, he finally drains one.
Inside, here's Keita. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got 4 rebounds now. Porter with a screen on White. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. That one on White. Well, Richard, you would know something about this. Is the wing position the most important in the NBA right now?
I would say once we got to the point forward position of the Scottie Pippens, of the Penny Hardaways, it became the most important position in the NBA, and it still stands true.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Jones, he's checked in for Keita. Keldon Johnson comes in for Oubre, and Pritchard is subbed in for White. Pass to Spencer. Now here's Ware. Over Jones. Outside McDaniels. Here's Price. 4 on the clock. Down low. Here's Ware. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Celtics lead by 9. And here's Pritchard. 5 points in the game. Johnson a screen on McDaniels. Outside Johnson. Another miss. Boy, they're in a funk right now. For Charlotte, they've gotten 6 of 8 shots to go and looking good since the break. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Porter. No good off the back of the rim. And the Celtics shooting at a 48% clip from the floor. And here's Brown for 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. McDaniels got 4 rebounds now.
He's not making much of an impact from deep. His sole three-pointer came in the first half.
It's McDaniels on the wing. To the paint. Here's Porter. Boston with a rebound. Outside, Brown. Picked it. And then Porter with the dunk.
Being Porter Jr. is 6'10", you have to know where he is at all times, especially when he's lurking inside.
Tatum passes to Jones. Outside, Brown. Boston, no good that time either.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Here's Price. Porter a screen. Pass to McDaniels. 3-pointer. And Pritchard pulls it down. Boston leading by 7. The kick out to Johnson to snap the cold streak. McDaniels with the rebound. McDaniels got his 5th rebound in this one. And here's Ware. Here's McDaniels, pounded by Tatum. Back to Ware. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Oh, he's been doing all he can to keep this competitive, but he needs some support.
And Boston calls time here.
Things just aren't going their way. He clearly wants to talk it over.
Good timeout if you ask me. They have the momentum, and coach wants to find a way to try and stop it.
Smith, he's checked in for Boston. Arabia comes in for Brown. 1:24 left in the third. Johnson finds Pritchard. On the wing, Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Again, the miss by Boston. Hornets trail by 5. Outside White. 55 seconds left to play in the third.
And at 6'5", White can definitely get up and finish. He's got some sneaky athleticism.
White against Pritchard. Pass to Johnson. Out to the right wing. To stop the drought. Duren with a rebound. Charlotte is gone, only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Here's White. And he banks in the layup. Now just a 1-point Celtic lead.
Getting in close and making it count. White showing off his touch.
Now Johnson. Jones with a screen on Thomas. From deep, Johnson. Pure from three-point range. Johnson's got 6. White for 3. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Boston out in front. They lead by 4. And all right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. We've got Keldon Johnson. Peyton Pritchard is out there with Jaylen Brown. Then there's Jalen Smith. And it's Jones in at the power forward. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Outside Johnson. Just 4 to shoot. Pass to Jones. Lets it fly. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Duren's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Nifty move. Jams it in off the great move.
And White had the ball on a string there, creating space off the bounce.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Johnson passes to Smith. Fast break. Here come the Hornets. Pass to White. Now here's Kamara. It's Thomas on the wing. There's a screen by Kamara. To the inside. Pritchard with a steal. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Uh-oh, Johnson, a little extra sauce. Okay.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. White. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Brown inside. Thomas defends. Three-pointer, Pritchard. Good. And Brown gets the assist. And the Celtics lead by 5.
And that's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Pass to Smith. Here's Jones. No good there. Good D by Duren.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
White with it. And he lays it up and in. Now just a 1-point Celtic lead.
And talk about imposing your will. That's 10 straight points in the paint. White
against Pritchard. Outside Johnson. The baseline Jay. No good on the shot. The Hornets have got all 4 shots to go in this final quarter. Here's White. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
A microwave scorer. That's what makes White so lethal. This man, he just shoots.
Smith with a screen on White. Johnson for 3. Duren with a rebound. Duren's got rebound number 13 tonight with that one. Boy, the offense has been on point.
They have great timing and great communication. So hard to get stops against them.
Some slippage at the defensive end here in the second half, allowing the offense to establish more of a rhythm.
Pritchard, the pass to Brown. Jaylen Brown gets it to fall.
A very athletic play by Brown, getting the ball inside and working his way to a high percentage shot.
Now here's White. Pass to Kamara. Thomas outside. Jones grabs the board. Boston trailing. Brown scanning the floor. Now here's Jones. Thomas defends. Duren with a steal. Thomas outside. Pass to White. Six on the shot clock. Charity stripe shot. Boston pulls it in.
Decent look from mid-range. You almost have to take that shot to keep the defense honest.
Here's Pritchard. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Brown's got 6 assists in the game. And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Tatus checked in for Smith. Tatum comes in for Jones. Oubre, he's checked in for Johnson. And Derek White subbed in for Pritchard. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened to Charles Lee talk to his team. He cautioned his guys against forcing things at the arc, saying we can't make a rhythm happen. So don't force it. Take what is coming to you out there. Coach hoping for a renewed offensive focus going forward, guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Here's Price. He's guarded by White. Ooh, here's White on the drive. Tatum passes to Brown. And here's Oubre from the arc. Counted from distance. And the Celtics lead by 4.
They have hit the boards hard this half. Those second chance points are mounting up.
To stop the run. And it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession. Hartenstein with a screen on White. Pass to Hartenstein. Shot clock at 5. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Celtics.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
Also, they were ultra consistent from outside, hitting a high percentage of those shots tonight. Outside White.
Here's Kada. He's guarded by Hartenstein. And that's a foul called on Isaiah Hartenstein. That's foul number 2 for him. Ware's checked in for Charlotte.
Charlotte, substitution.
Here's White. Oh, send it home, Derek White.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Here's McDaniels, and he slams it down.
They respond immediately with as much power as possible.
Man, you talk about a heavyweight battle. Both teams landing blows here. Brown fires. Oh, he cannot hit.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
Porter with a screen on White. McDaniels outside. Here's Price. Shot clock at 6. Porter. Oh, a gorgeous feed. He hammered it down.
And Porter Jr. is made for big moments. He doesn't feel any pressure taking big-time shots.
Jaylen Brown. Oh, off target from downtown. The Hornets have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the 4th. Tremendous momentum building toward those final possessions.
Yeah, with 8 lead changes so far, it feels like this is going to come down to the last shot.
Oh, the shot is off.
He's got a nice feel for that crossover, but you still have to finish.
Here's Price. McDaniels, a screen on White. Ready off the pass. He lays it in.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Tatum against McDaniels.
Okay, big boy. All right, you like to see Tatum. Asserting himself on the interior. Look, he's forcing the defense to foul.
Good on the first, and that brings him within 2 here. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You see why he's one of the guys they want at the line in these situations.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Left in the 4th quarter. Now McDaniels. And here's Ware. Just 5 on the clock. With the clock winding down. Oh, the stuff.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Timeout called, Celtics. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
And it would be smart to go for a 2-for-1 right now.
Jones, he's checked in for Spencer. Brown outside. Now Oubre shoots a three. Rebounded by McDaniels. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Price. 4 on the clock. There, the screen. Oh, wow. Unable to get off a shot. They'll turn it over. Very unfortunate time there to pick up a shot clock violation. Timeout called, Celtics. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick 2 and then foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point, so I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul.
Give yourself a round of applause. Charlotte, substitution.
Outside White. Brown. And so it's the Hornets who come out on top here. And this was an emotional win for them. No doubt about it.
Just a fantastic accomplishment. You love how they just diffuse the energy in this arena.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And as we leave you, here's a look at